My name is Erica Carpenter. I'm the quality manager for XMill. XMill is a manufacturing company that's been in business since 1998. We are a job shop, a low volume shop, custom work. We build items to customer specs. They send us a blueprint and we make it from a raw piece of stock to whatever they need. One other thing was tracking costs on jobs was a huge thing. We had was it QuickBooks? QuickBooks. We had QuickBooks, which handled the financial part quite well, but as far as job costing and routing, that wasn't there, and we really wanted to be able to track that. For ShopTech, we use it for routing. Every job that comes in here gets a router. It's built in there. It tells you exactly what type of material to order. It gives you every piece of information that you can need on that particular job. The outside services are built in there so that you have somebody who's able to create the documents that doesn't necessarily need to know the details on how to create the purchase order. So that's built in there. We use that. We use it for scheduling. For the shop, I built a custom scheduling system inside of E2. With all the information that I find necessary, which is nice because you can customize what you need out of it. So I built a custom schedule in there. We use that every single day. It gives us updated information on where the job is and what needs to still occur. So one thing that I love about E2 is this whole idea of the cloud. It's not necessarily in the cloud, it's on a dedicated server, which makes a huge difference to me because, you know, there is a lot of fear, especially the owners of the company are used to having everything on our own internal server, so the idea of moving to the cloud is kind of scary. But the fact that we're on a dedicated server with high security gives us a lot of faith. So that's why we made the switch. So one of the things is my dad originally started this company in 1998, and you know I grew up with him, you know, being at the shop 24/7. He would had a couch in his office. I mean, there were nights that he would spend the night at the shop. We would go there after school and watch TV or do our homework until he was ready to go home. It was just a different environment. Today, the E2 on the web, a web-based E2 is amazing. It has completely changed the way I have done things. I can go work from home very easily. I mean, everything's there. All my settings, everything is the exact same as the way it was. The other thing is I like to go to the lake. I have two children, a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. We go to the lake every single weekend, and I can be on the boat doing whatever I need to do with E2, with my laptop, and the kids are in the lake swimming and having a good time, and I can see them, I'm there. We can go fishing, we can still do those family activities, and I can still be working at the same time, and it's huge. I can't describe how much it's changed. As far as the updates go, updates are done automatically. I don't have to worry about it. I get an email saying an update's gonna happen. It happens, you don't even notice a change, and you come in the next day and everything works perfectly, and you really don't notice anything. So as far as IT goes, it does save a lot of money on the IT side of it. One of the things is the backup. I was always worried about having a backup, and a server itself is expensive. We had the server, but we didn't have that backup outside. And I tried to back up our data and take it on a flash drive with me and go home every day, and I was doing that. But the night that I forgot my flash drive, I'll tell you, I drove here at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was in a panic mode because I'm like, what about if there's a fire? And I drove back and I updated or got my data put on the flash drive and went home, and I was in a panic mode, and I came to work the next day at 6 o'clock in the morning, and and this eliminates that. I'm able to not worry about it. The backups are automatically done, and it's just huge. And the IT side, the web-based, everything is just so much it's just so user-friendly. Originally, when we started with the software, you had to pay a large amount for that software, whether it was, I forget what it was. At the time, I think it was like $15,000. A small company like us, the cash flow, it's crippling. And we were looking for me, because I wanted to be able to work at home and have the mobility. This was perfect because you didn't have to go out and write that check for $15,000. You have an annual fee, and the annual fee is affordable. It's much easier for the cash flow purposes. The data collection piece, one thing that I like about it is that you can, the people out on the shop can use their cell phones. You don't necessarily have to go out and buy a ton of equipment. And the other thing is if you did want to buy equipment, you can buy just the iPod, which is a lot cheaper than the iPad or these terminals. And it's just so much more user-friendly. The app is easy to use, it looks great, and the guys can just pull out their phone and scan on the barcode and continue on. You don't have to go look for the terminal and go away from your machine. It's non-stop production, and that's what you want. As far as the support, to be honest, I've had no issues with the support. Everyone's easy to get to. I never wait on hold that long, which is great because, you know, when you think about support, what's the first thing you think about? You're going to be on hold for an eternity. You're going to talk to someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, and I haven't had that issue. I mean, I've had great support.